What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the Transformers Legacy Evolution Lio Prime. So this review is brought to you by True Starscreamy. He actually was looking for this figure, but I asked him if I could take a look at it before I send it off to him. So I'll put a link here so you can check out his channel. Mostly he does action figure reviews, but we'll probably take a look at this. I don't know, but thanks for allowing me to take a look at this before I send it off. Now, I don't normally do this, but we're going to take a look at this box because the artwork on this is actually really cool. I didn't do any research to find out who did this, but this artwork's pretty neat. Kind of shows some of the other characters that are coming, some of the Junkions. You got this artwork on the front, and then you got this on the side. This is actually really cool. And then some product images. So, kind of some nice artwork for a box that you're going to end up throwing away. But let's take a look at this figure. You got some pretty nice paint on this guy, and it actually surprised me. So on the head, you got the silver head crest, silver for the ears, silver faceplate, and then the yellow with the black outline for the eyes. You get red paint across the entire chest with this silver here in the middle, blue paint here, silver gunmetal, and then more silver here. Gold with a gunmetal paint across the entire waist area. For the hands, you have a little bit of blue paint here. Gunmetal here on the sides with a little blue accent, and then red for the knees. Gold paint here on the toes as well. You really got a lot going on. A little bit of black paint for the nose, which we'll see more in the line mode. And then here's the back, a little more of that gold paint. There really is quite a bit of paint for a retail figure. So let's go over his articulation. The head is on a ball joint. You don't really get much up. You get down to there. If you lift it off this panel, you can actually get a little bit further down on that panel, but it's really meant to stay like that. And not really much side to side. You can rotate the head all the way around. Nice tight joint, and it's a good looking head sculpt too. These shoulder pads, which are actually the lion head and the lion butt, these can rotate out of the way to allow the shoulders to rotate all the way around. And these actually move independently on a ball joint, so you can get those. And we're going to look at that later when we look at the accessories. Shoulders go up to here on a pin joint there. You have a rotation at the bicep on a mushroom peg. 90-degree bend at the elbow gets you 90 degrees. The wrist doesn't really do anything. Going down to here, your rotation at the waist. No ab crunch. Legs go up to there, nice tight solid joints there. No ratchets though. Legs back to there, out to the side. Rotation at the mid thigh at a cut joint. It is actually a double jointed knee, but it's jointed the other way, so you can't really get it. So it's a single jointed knee for articulation purposes. Rotation at the ankle, but it's meant for transformation, so it might end up a little weird if you use it. And then you have ankle tilt all the way up to there. So all that really works very nicely. Now for his accessories, there actually are a lot of gimmicks and accessories kind of together. So a lot of stuff is hidden on this figure, and I really like it. It's just really fun. So first of all, his mane can open up here. It's actually really well done. The way it's sculpted, you can't tell, but if you open up the mane, I actually have the weapons already installed in there, kind of hidden away. You can take those, and these can be put in a couple spots. First of all, you can put it in his hands, so he can be firing that weapon like that. You can also put it in here, and you can have it like that. Or you can just stow it away in here and have that kind of hidden away. Me personally, I think it looks good in the arms, but whatever you want to do. You can also take the arms and lift them up, flip this out, and now you got his claw weapon here, which is pretty cool. And everything does kind of move out of the way so you can get it looking more convincing. I don't know. It's kind of hard to get this. Lio Prime always looks funny with his little paw sticking out, but you can do it. So that's cool. You also get these weapons, which I haven't really found a good way to use them. You can just store them right here. And actually you can transform it and leave it there permanently if you want to. Like that. And that just will stay there. You also have a hidden matrix chamber. So if you come to here and open up this right here, and remember this is painted, so just try not to scratch the paint. You got his matrix or whatever that is right there. It's really nicely done. It's well painted. It looks good. Sculpted nicely. They did a great job. I was really impressed for a retail figure how well they did it. And for a quick size comparison, there it is next to the Earthrise Optimus Prime. And you can see he does come in a little bit shorter. His head is a little bit smaller. And overall height and proportions, he is a little bit smaller. Now, I don't know if this is, accurate to scale, if he should be smaller than Optimus, but it works for me anyway. With the other Beast characters, he seems to be just fine. But there you go for scale. All right, now let's get him transformed into his Beast mode. And it's kind of a fun transformation. But go ahead and take the shoulders, rotate those out of the way, just to give yourself a little room. I recommend a spudger. I mean, you can do it with your fingers, but it just makes it easier. You can pop that chest open. And by the way, going back, this one has to go down first because it's got the tabs on it. Open that up. That'll allow you to take this chest piece, fold that down, rotate that around. We're going to rotate the head and rotate this back so it sits kind of flat in there. And you can close this up and you can see that just sits in there like that. That's going to make his body. Take the legs, we're going to bring, or the arms, we're going to bring this up. You can fold the hands down and in like that. Bring this entire panel up. Arms are going to end up sitting like this. The mane on the outside. And there's two rotating panels here, so you kind of have to keep things straight because it ends up rotating in a direction that you might not want it to. But you want this to rotate back up. So you got to have this where the larger pin is on the back. Right, so you can get a little disoriented on that, but anyway, so you want it like this, so the mane's on the side and this arm ends up on the side like that, and the hand ends up underneath. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Bring the arm up, fold up the panel, rotate the hand in, and bring this all the way around so that these panels can come together. You don't need to necessarily tab them in just yet. This is going to come down, and make sure you have the mane like that and the leg like that. And you don't need to put this in just yet because we got to get the head in there. Okay, but you should have something like that. Take this, rotate this around. These are going to rotate so that the butt ends up in the back and the head ends up in the front. Kind of obvious. Bring the head down. And there's two tabs on the side of his neck there. The arm's going to tab into. So bring this down. Line these up. And then tab those arms into the side of that neck. So it should look like that. Bring this down. That just covers down that piece there. Then you take this piece here, this is going to come down and tab into the sides of those shoulders. So bring that all the way down and give it a push. And that should tab it in. And then come to the back here, lift this up, rotate the tail out. And then this panel is going to come down and tab into here on the front and on the side. And then into the back there. So that's to make his butt. You can leave the tail like that for now. Rotate the leg down. I'm going to rotate here at the knee. Rotate here at the ankle, and this is basically going to unclick from here, and it can be a tight joint there, but you want it to end up looking like this, so it's kind of angled back like that. All right, same on this side. Fold this down, rotate your ankle. Unclick this so it comes up, come to the bottom of the feet, fold these heel spurs in. Come to the front legs, there's a tab right here. I saved this for last because you end up sometimes knocking it out, but put this and tab that into there. Same thing on this side. That will prevent a little bit of movement, but it does kind of lock him in place. There's Lio Prime in his Align mode. I really like how this turned out. It looks really good. There isn't a lot of waffles and kibbles on them. I mean, this is to be expected, but overall, the panels pretty much cover everything. And I was not expecting it to be this well done. The contours are really nice. The textures is well done on the mane and on the fur. I mean, it all looks really good. The eyes could have stand to use some pupils, but that's okay. Got the black there for the nose. Here's the back. You do have these, but that's every Lio Prime has that. I'm not a big fan of the tail being, having a permanent pose to this direction. You can't rotate it. You can't go up and down, but you can't go left and right. So that's a little weird. Speaking of articulation, the head really doesn't move other than the mouth. You can open the mouth like that. You can pose this mane here, although it does end up uncovering all of this. But you can open up to there. The guns can be removed if you don't like that look. You can take them off. Me personally, I think it looks good, and it's a nice storage spot for them. The secret guns up here, which actually when I first got this out of the box, it took me a while to find them and get them open. They're really smooth and they're really well hidden. But if you pop that open, you get those guns, which looks great. Perfect recreation of the weapons. I really like that. And coming to the back here for the arms or the legs, you can rotate here at the bottom and you can rotate back and forth. Now, if you unpeg this, you get a little bit more. You can get him kind of crouching a little bit better. So I prefer to use that, but it does kind of break the sculpt if you unpeg these from the sides. Back legs, you can rotate here, and here. You can angle the paw in and out, and you can rotate at the ankle. So same articulation as before, but you can get him kind of crouching or out to the side if you utilize those joints I showed you. And for a quick size comparison, since I don't have a Beast Wars figure from the main line, here it is next to an Alicon. Nice size lion there. Looks pretty good. Overall fits well, of course, with your retail line. So final recommendations on the Transformers Legacy Evolution Lio Prime. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5, and I almost gave it a 5. It's that good. But I'm going to give it a 4. I really think they nailed this robot mode. It looks amazing. I wasn't expecting this much paint, but one thing I was expecting, which is not here, is waffles and gaps. And there aren't any. There's no waffles at all, really. And the kibble is part of his character. These arm pieces obviously are kibble, but that's part of a Lio Prime. You kind of have to have that. So I'm just amazed that there's no waffles and there's no kibble. That shouldn't be there. I also like the amount of paint they put into this guy. Red, blue, silver, gunmetal, gold. There's not much that doesn't have deco on it, and that's really impressive. They did all the gimmicks. You got the gun, you got the flip out main thing, you got the cannons, you got the claws, you got the matrix. I mean, what more could you ask for in a Lio Prime? It's got everything he should have. The only thing that holds it back from being a 5 for me is the lion mode is a little bit weak. The head doesn't have any articulation, so you can't move it up and down. There's no neck for the head. And the front paws are a little bit limited as well. So getting certain poses, it is limited. But other than those things, I think this is probably the best, one of my favorite Beast Wars or Beast type Transformers from the Legacy line, period. I really recommend it if you're a fan of this character, or you like just Optimus Prime, or you're a fan of the Legacy line. This is one to get. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.